everybody? I go by the name of Lawrence Hill, aka Unique for Life, aka The Dark Knight. And this is Pain and Forgiveness. I started getting behind the mic probably about 2012. And a little backstory on me, I'm a world-class trained percussionist, traditionally, and I've been doing that since I was about 15. I got to drums when I was 13, and before that I played the violin. So music's always been a part of my life. And it wasn't until my 5th grade summer school teacher saw a gift in me with writing that I couldn't hone in on. And she gave me a couple techniques and showed me, and then from then my composition was just insane. So that was a pivotal part of my life that I knew that writing was going to be a part of my life. And ever since then it has been. So then one day my cousin, and I were making a track, because we always made beats in school, like on the desk or on the bleachers in gym. It wasn't until we heard Kanye West's Celebrity Overnight that we were like, man, we need to figure out how we can do this shit. And then right after high school, we found the program, the software Fruity Loops, FL Studio, and the rest was history. And then one day my cousin was like, man, we got all these beats, man, and nobody spit on them. And we didn't, all the local people, they weren't talking about shit. They were talking about money, hoes, cars, and clothes, and whatever, and we wanted about that life. And we didn't want our product being out there and people rapping over this shit. So he said, man, you right, man, why don't you spit something? I was like, man, that's a good idea. First song was terrible. And listen, it's one thing to write on paper, it's one thing to do karaoke, but when you behind that mic and the record button goes, oh shit. So I had to practice over the years and kind of hone my skills and get my flow patterns down, my punchlines, my delivery, all that, man. And finally, it kind of came where I was getting kind of decent. And, I always kept my music to myself. My music was kind of like journal entries to me. And I never let a lot of people hear them. I just made them for me because I was tired of shit on the radio. And so I made the beats that I liked, and I rapped the vocals that I liked. And then me and my cousin would just listen to them and kind of giggle like little schoolgirls because we were excited, because we liked our shit, so that's how I got started. Concept of this album. Well, the album is entitled Pain and Forgiveness, like I said. It's about breakups or you go through a divorce or whatever. You've ever had a bad breakup or divorce. You go through those stages. And depending on what side of the fence you're on, you go through the heartbreak stage where you're just heartbroken, can't eat, can't sleep. One thing you can do is think about that person. You don't even want to watch commercials. It's like, damn, me and them used to watch this commercial, and it's like, oh my god, I remember we used to watch this. You can't even watch certain TV shows, hear certain songs and all that, man. You go through that stage, and then that turns to the anger, hatred stage. You hate them, you're just angry with them. Why you can't understand why they did this, what they did, and all this, and then finally you have to make peace with it. Hopefully you make peace with it, and that's what this album is about. I'll let y'all be the judge of that. I'm no comment, reserved. Right? I'll let y'all be the judge. Well, the first song on the album after the intro is Pain and Forgiveness. And I think it's is it Foresight? I don't know, I can't remember, but I'm an audiobook type of guy. But when you open a book and it has the page where it kind of gives an overview or a synopsis of the whole book. That's kind of what Pain and Forgiveness is. We'll call the guy in the story Lorenzo, right? So Lorenzo is sitting there saying, in the month of September, I lost everything, man. I lost my wife, I lost my house, you know what I'm saying? I turned 30, all these things, life-changing events happened in his life in the month of September. And he's just going, just kind of giving an overview on you know, kind of what has happened, who's been there for him, and, you know, how he's feeling and all this. And that's what Pain and Forgiveness is. Want You Back. Want Me Back. Want Me Back. I kept on changing the title. Want Me Back. And basically what that is, I used the Usher song Throwback or whatever off his Confessions album. I didn't really use that many of my beats on here. I used mostly songs that everybody's already familiar with, so they could kind of like, you know, vibe to it and to bring home what I'm trying to portray. But 2 beats I made. One we've already talked about, Pain and Forgiveness. I made that beat. But this one, Want Me Back, is specifically about the realization that, you know, okay, there is something different with her. Started acting differently all of a sudden, like very uncharacteristic, you know, very shady acting, very dismissive all of a sudden. And for this person to do that was very out of the ordinary, and he knew something was wrong. You know, back then apparently, you know, they've been going to counseling and stuff like that, and he's just like, yo, I've been trying to work on my problems and issues and this and that, why are you being this way? And, you know, all of a sudden, you know, she wants to go out drinking with her friends, which you'll hear that in the first skit. You know, they did everything together, and they always were together, they're inseparable. You know, they're Jenny and Forrest, freaking Corey to Penguin. You know what I'm saying? They're all that, you know what I'm saying? And now all of a sudden, like, you know, she's staying out late, not coming home, all this, and he's just like heartbroken. He's like, at that point he knew he had lost her. Like, they had not broken up or divorced or none of that, but he knew he felt that he had lost her. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the skit, you know, she's saying that she's gonna go out with a friend, and she don't know when she's coming home, and she flips it and says, you know, I'm just gonna stay at my grandparents' house. And it was at that moment that he knew that some shit was going on. Like, he felt it in his heart. And that's what Want Me Back, you know, is talking about. Missing is one of my favorite tracks. It's because it's so heartfelt. He's basically trying to paint a vision of, you know, how they met. Like, they've been through so much. They started out in a 1-bedroom apartment with no furniture, just, you know, 1 mattress they slept on, but they were so happy because they had each other. And you know, and they went from that humble beginning to the house with the picket fence, you know, out in the suburbs, and, you know, they were a power couple, and, you know, people looked up to them, and they were all these things. And, you know, they had their problems like anybody else. Lorenzo wasn't perfect. He, you know, he there's a lot of things he could have done. In the song, it's stated, you know, he knew that she felt empty and unpretty and unwanted, but damn, why'd you do me like that, girl? I loved you, verbatim. You know what I'm saying? And by this point, he knows that he caught her fucking around, like literally caught her fucking around, and, you know, she had no remorse, and he just, for the life of him, he cannot understand why she just threw all of this away. And they're going through court processes and stuff like that, but he's just speaking his mind and just being honest and speaking from his heart. And he's acknowledging, like, yo, what you did was ill as fuck, and I don't know if I can ever forget it, but I'm willing to work on this and forgive all that, you know what I'm saying, to be with you. You know, he's confessing his undying love. So that's what Missing is. Nothing But a Lie. So, Nothing But a Lie is Lorenzo coming to the, you know, the realization that, man, you know, what the fuck, man? Why am I tripping over this girl? She did me wrong, man. She did me wrong. She fucked around, had no remorse. Somebody who had a family and all this stuff like that. Threw away her family to sleep with this guy who had a family. And I'm over here all shaken up and hurt and crying. You know, I'm speaking in the terms of being Lorenzo, by the way. So, like, he's like, you know what? This was nothing but a lie. So, that's kind of what that is. It's a softcore diss track with a lot of flavor. I hope y'all enjoy that one. You played yourself. This, I love this track, man. This is Lorenzo being like, yeah, F her. You know what I'm saying? All the way. Raw. No lubrication. You know what I'm saying? She had no remorse for me for what she did. She didn't care. She just did it. Didn't even think twice about it. And, basically freaking put the hotel charge on our account. Had no shame. Didn't want to hide it or even attempt to. So he's going in hard. Imagine Nas being hurt, being cheated on, and making a diss track. That's what that is. And I hate to say that because it makes me seem like I'm comparing myself to Nas, which I can never do because he's a god MC. But you'll hear the beat is very reminiscent of a 90s style beat, and the flow is very reminiscent of a Nas type of flow. And that was purposely done. So that's nothing but that's damn, you played yourself, right? Future Queen. Future Queen is self-explanatory. Now Lorenzo is in the mindset of, okay, I need to start setting my sights higher and trying to get something that I deserve. He's not really ready to be out there yet, but this is an internal message to himself, really, on what he's looking for, right? And what he's going to settle for and what he won't put up with, but what he's willing to offer as well. We have to be what we seek, right? So, I did this over Rick Ross' song, and to kind of backtrack, You Played Yourself as a beat that I made as well. But this Future Queen was a Rick Ross song that I actually rapped over, but I think it gives it a unique spin, and it ties in with the hook of the song. So yeah, Future Queen. So the queens out there, this is a message. There are brothers out here. We're out here, and we have a lot to offer. So message to Future Queen. The message is probably my favorite song on the album. For the simple fact that it's so honest, it's so raw, but it's informative, it's helpful, and it's thoughtful. I say that, and the first verse is still a little bit of hurt in the heart. Damn, like I'm still having nightmares of this shit. Like I gave you my vows, I gave you my heart. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you did to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's fucked up. Like, that's really fucked up. You know what I'm saying? People make mistakes and everything like that, but damn, that's fucked up. And I can't believe you fucked someone else. Like, I just can't believe it. That's the first verse, and I'm paraphrasing. Like, it's very more intricate than that. But then the second verse is, Lorenzo was a little bit older than this person that he was with. So he's kind of finally seeing the silver lining, so to speak, and understanding why he had to go through this test, why he had to go through this. And he, this is all in the form of a text message, by the way. At the beginning of the song, you can hear the texting, so I wanted to portray like him actually texting her all this. And the second verse, he's basically trying to give her, put her on game, give her some advice and some about life. Because there was a point in Lorenzo's life where he was doing the same thing as what she's doing. She was young, and at one point in his life, he was young. He, grew up way too quick. He bit off more than he could chew, and then he was trying to find his legs through his 20s. And going out, sleeping with people, do whatever he could to try to, live the life that he thought he had lost. And he came to find that there was nothing out there in those streets, and that's the game he's trying to give to her in the second verse. And at the end of it, it comes to a resolution, because he realizes this was his test. And, listen to the song. It's gonna be very heartfelt. I think this is gonna be a big record, like in a sense of impacting people. I'm not trying to charge people for this project. I just want people to hear it, listen to it, and I want them to connect with it. That's the only thing I want. And if one person connects to it and that's it, then my job is done.